Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Joji and good morning to all of you. It is very early for me and it is only 8:01 a.m. right here. 8:01 a.m. The reason why I am showing you the time, if you're familiar here, today I am going to be reviewing the newest launch from Patrick Ta. This is the foundation, Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. So of course, because this is a review, we're going to test it and wear it as much as I can, probably around 8 to 10 hours today since it is early. So before I started, I'm going to give you a close-up look of the foundation and I'm going to talk about what is this foundation about. So we're going to give you a close-up look of the packaging right now. I did not open it. It just arrived last night. So here it is. So a close-up look. Oh my goodness. Look at this packaging, you guys. It is so beautiful. It has a glass bottle, of course, and it just looks so good. Let's remove this and see what it comes with. Ooh, it comes with a pump, which is beautiful, and the shade is right there. And love, love, love. I'm just gonna give you a quick glance of how the formula is for the finish. So that's how it looks like. It's a bit runny in my opinion, and that is the finish right there. Ooh, already I hope this is not too light for me. Okay, let's go ahead and try it out. So before I start, let me just give you a little bit of information about this foundation. So it's supposed to be a radiant finish. It has a luminous effect, and also it is serum-like foundation. So it has skincare in it. It has hyaluronic acid. It's supposed to blur any imperfection, and also it is buildable to medium coverage. So that's what it says. We're going to see all of that today, especially with my skin issue. You can see. And of course, we are not going to forget the primer. But this time, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna prime half of my face, half of my face, and the other half is no primer. So I'm always using the Bobbi Brown. This is my favorite primer. So I'm gonna prime this side right here and just apply that. I tend to apply near my texture because I want it there to be soft. And by the way, if you hear little noises, I'm filming quite early and my son is just on the bedroom, so you can probably hear him, but he's not crying, so it's good. He's in a good mood. Alright, so that is the primer. Since we are gonna let that sit, I'm gonna start applying the foundation on this side, and we have two methods to use today just in case sponge doesn't work out. We are going to use a synthetic brush, which is this one. Okay, so I'm super excited. And by the way, I did not mention, I picked up the shade 9 Golden. So I only ordered online, and I hope, I was thinking earlier, it might be a little too light for me, but you know what? Let's see if this one oxidizes as well, and if not, we can also use bronzer and contouring to kind of balance it on my face. Also right now, I'm a bit more tan because it's still summer, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna use... Okay, so that's how much it comes out with one pump. So it's quite runny. Okay, so it's definitely a bit light for my skin at the moment. And I'm just gonna apply all over the half face. Okay, so that's how it is. Now I'm gonna be using a sponge first to apply. Okay, so I need this to look at this like close up and see how it is. Okay, so remember this side does not have primer, it's just moisturizer. Ooh. Okay. She's giving a very thin kind of layer and like natural. Let me just kind of finish the blending. I'll give you an initial thought of first application. I'm excited. Oh my goodness. It looks really, really natural at the moment. Alright guys, so that is how it looks like at the moment. You can see half without, half with. And you can see the line over here where there is a foundation. So it's definitely lighter than my skin tone. But you guys don't have to worry because I'm gonna get lighter in the winter. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply it on this side with a primer. And there's just a little bit of foundation remaining. So I'm gonna try to do one more pump as well on this side, and I'm gonna use a brush to blend this one and see which one is better. Alright you guys, that is the result from applying it. So one layer, and I noticed a big difference between applying it with brush and the sponge. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of close-up look onto this side. You can see where the finish of it is slightly more thinner than the brush. Definitely the sponge kind of sucked all that product and it did not kind of went into the skin. Compared to this side, you can see it has slightly more coverage because the brush did not absorb it and it just kind of went all into my skin. The most interesting thing with the application as well that I noticed is on this side, it tends to cling on my dryness a little bit. I'm not sure how can I show you that. Let me just lower my light a bit. Alright, so right there on where my texture is, I did a pretty good skincare routine this morning. It's just there's a little bit of dryness around it and I just see that it does cling on it, while on the other side where there is also texture with a brush application, the dryness around it, it's not as obvious than this side. So that's very interesting. So I guess the brush did a better job applying this one. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with the way how this foundation applies. Like you can see how my skin looks glowing right now, but it's not over the top kind of glow. It's just like really good. I'm really excited with this foundation. The shade, now that I have it all over my face, it's definitely off, but we can see that later because we're going to test it. The other thing that I wanted to point out as well is when I apply it with the brush, there's a lot more product left in here compared to the sponge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to kind of use the brush on this side and see if it does improve, and also kind of build up because it says buildable. So I'm gonna use it where I need it the most, but the other part where I have no texture and the skin is okay, the foundation looks amazing. It looks beautiful already. So my baby is just bubbling a lot at the moment, so you can probably hear him. Okay, and I'm just gonna go grab another half of it just to build up because it says buildable, medium coverage. Alrighty, so that is the foundation that I built up. So we did a build up and it says a medium coverage. Let's see. Yeah, sort of a medium coverage. Definitely when you build it up, it goes all the way to medium. But when you first kind of apply it, it is more of a natural. So buildable is buildable. But before I powder this, I just wanted to show you this real quick because I'm seeing something that probably the camera doesn't show you. It probably looks like perfect at the moment, like nice glowy radiant skin, but I want to show you this clinginess on my dryness at the moment. It's just kind of bothering me. Okay, so it's right there. That's my skin, right? It looks really good. Like look at the forehead right here. You can see how glowy and radiant and luminous that foundation is. It's beautiful. Like, I mean, look at that. But you can see right around here where there's quite a bit of dryness on the skin. It's definitely there and it's almost like sort of separate. Okay, so this is the side without the primer as well. And now let's move you here into this side. Slightly. it's very, very small amount of clinginess on my dryness. So we can see a big difference right there. Okay, so that's, I just wanted to point that out. Now, let's go ahead and set this with a powder. Alright, so I'm going to set it with a powder, and for the powder that I'm going to use is, this is a soft focus makeup powder from Carcelan. I love using this powder when it comes to a very kind of luminous radiant foundation because it doesn't give you any more build up, which is I like. I just wanted to set it so it's not going anywhere, or it's just kind of set there. I will apply my concealer real quick, just a little bit around the eyes. If you've been here, I only apply concealer just on around my eyes. I don't sort of put it all over because that's not anymore a review. I just want to see the foundation. Okay, I'm gonna set it with a sponge. You see that? That's very thin, and I like it. Let me see if that dryness kind of press into it and goes away. Okay, so that is set, and I'm gonna give you a close-up look before I talk about this product. Okay, so that is with the powder, and you can see there's a very slight coverage or like build up on the powder. It's just set it, and it removes some of those shininess that we see from the foundation. That's not from my skin. So the foundation is designed to look radiant, like a finish, because it is luminous. Okay, so you can see right there. Now it's time for a final thought, kind of. Not a final thought, but it's time to kind of give you my first impression about this foundation. We're going to see it later how it goes. When I first applied it, it was very nice. It feels very luxurious. The product, it feels very silky, smooth, really, really good. But the thing that it really bothers me is the clinginess on the dryness, which I can see. And now that I have put the powder on it, it's kind of, it's there. I can see it. It's not like it's gone. So I'm not sure who to blame here. Is it my skin that's dry at the moment, or the foundation that just doesn't work with dry skin? I mean, any foundation, if you have a dry skin, it's really going to show. So I'm gonna not blame that on a foundation, because all of it, it's just going to show if you have dryness. I'm in the middle of thinking, should I like this foundation or not? I'm gonna give it another try, but this is my first impression. It's just on the dryness. With the coverage, it's really good. You can see how it looks like on the skin where I don't have any texture and redness. It looks amazing. The price, it is $81 Canadian. For that price, just the packaging, look how it came with. Like, it's a glass bottle. The actual sort of name here in the front, Patricta, it comes with a medal, like a rose gold medal with an Patricta imprint in there, and it looks very luxurious. I'm going to see how it sets on my skin throughout the day, if it does go away on the dryness or it moves. We're going to see that. For now, I am not going to say it is amazing. I'm not going to kind of say like I'm blown away. It's perfect. It's not like any other foundation that I have reviewed before where I already can see that it's going to, you know, it's wowed me already. But this one, I'm not going to decide at the moment. I'm just gonna give you the initial thought and initial application of this one. So I'm gonna leave it up there. I will finish my makeup off cam. Oh, and another thing that I want to show you before I go is the time. It is 8:27 a.m. So I'm gonna be checking in with you after 4 hours or 4 to 5 hours. We'll see how it goes. And then after that, another check. That's it for now. I'll see you guys in just a few hours. I hope you enjoy your day, and I'll be right back. Bye. Alright guys, so this is my first check-in with the foundation so far. It's been 5 hours. Right now it is 1:39 p.m. and I just came home. I went outside just do some errands. After I finished applying it this morning, I did not touch up and I was wearing a sunglasses. So I'm going to show you how my skin or my face look like right now after the 5-hour wear. So I'm going to give you a close up. Alright, so that's probably too close. So you can see my skin at the moment. It's definitely shiny. I think it's a combination of the foundation because it is a radiant finish and my skin have some oil. But I did apply a bronzer and I would say that the foundation, it hasn't oxidized on my skin yet, so which is good. But I'm gonna point out something because I was wearing a sunglasses, so you can see right there the skin or the foundation is gone and it has this like a place where it just kind of deposit there and it became like just there, like it moved. That's what I mean. Like if you can see, like it's just right there and around my nose just a little bit, especially around the lip area where I talk. There's definitely some product that is kind of depositing and moving right here. And the other thing that I noticed that is I'm not liking it at the moment is around my eye area where you can see I set it with a powder. So around the eye area you can see how flawless that is because that's the concealer. But then if you look at over here where there is just a foundation, then I set it with a powder as well, you can see how much that is depositing into my pores and my dryness, and it just moves. So you can see how patchy that is right now. So it definitely clings onto my dryness. And that's just what I noticed so far. But if you look at on my forehead, it's not terrible. I mean, there's still product kind of like floating on my skin, but it's not like terrible. You know what I mean? So far that is what I noticed, and I am going to push it through. I'm going to push this foundation and gonna wear it for 10 hours because I wanted to see if it's going to get worse or if it's just gonna stay like this. And I'm curious to see it as well because this is the second time that I am reviewing Patrick Ta and I'm not having a good luck. Like the last time I had the highlighter, that one, oh goodness, I had to return that because my skin just doesn't like it. I tried it a few times, it just doesn't like it. And then this one, I really want to see if it's going to work. So I'm gonna see you in about 4 hours again and see how it goes. So I hope that it's not going to get worse, but we are going to see. So I'll see you guys later. Bye! Alright guys, this is my last check-in with you and right now it is about 6:20 p.m. So it's been more than 10 hours. I was just busy cleaning stuff and just looking after my son, and this is the face that we are waiting for. Looking at it right now, personally, I do think that it did not get worse, like the dryness and everything. It's already there, it's around, but what happened is actually the product disappeared on my skin. So it's one of those foundation that just doesn't stick on the skin. It doesn't last, especially if you're more active. So I do think that it's one of those foundation that when you look, you feel like, where did it go? We did apply it right here, so I did build up. This side it has no primer and this side has a primer, which is I use. And looking at my skin right now close up, I don't think there is a difference with and without primer. Both sides are actually, it did move. The around the eye area is also kind of just the same. You can see a lot of my redness and sort of dark spots from breaking out is coming through or peeking through. It's more obvious right now, so that really means that the foundation kind of disappear. Now I'm going to show you the close-up look of my face. So you can see here around my texture area, which is, you can see a lot more. So that just means that the product kind of disappear, and that's what I'm talking earlier. And around the eye area, you can see right there, it's patchy and blotchy and it's kind of clings into the dryness and onto my pores. Around here, it's gone. Nose is depositing my forehead, sort of oily, but it did not get more oily. So, and because of that, I am so sad to say that this foundation again is not for me, because I tried so hard this morning. I set it with a powder, primer, without primer. A foundation that works for my skin and it's good for me, it doesn't act this way. Like, I don't have to work hard. When a foundation works really well for me, it's just doesn't do this way. I don't feel like, you know, I have to, like, oh my goodness, like, you know, make sure that this and that. It just doesn't work, and I'm so sad that it didn't work, because it looks so bougie. Like, it just looks so luxurious. I really love the packaging, and I really want to love this foundation, and I don't want to have, or I don't want to keep buying Patrick Ta product and it doesn't work for me. And it's just kind of like, I feel bad doing that, but it's just the way how it is, and I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for me, and I'm gonna give it pretty low score, because I have a high expectation from this foundation. I've seen some of his reveal and some of his demo, which is look good, but I guess it's just really not for me. I'm not sure with the other beauty influencers how they do, because I didn't actually watch anything. I just wanted to kind of see how this one feels, how this one looks like, and how it performs, and for me it really didn't. So I'm gonna give it, I don't know, like a 3 or a 4. That's the lowest score I have given a foundation, because this one just doesn't work for me. So I don't know what else to say. It's just not for me. And if you have the same skin situation or skin type, at the moment I am normal, so it should work for me. I just feel like the formula has way too much oil in it. I just feel like when I blend it with a brush, I can see the stroke. It's just not gripping. But I'm gonna try it again one more time, not on the review, but I will update you later and see if it works with a different primer. But because I did no primer and with a primer, so I'm pretty much sure that this foundation is not for me. So that is it. That's my review for this new Patrick Ta Major Skin HYDRA LUXE Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. That it is not for me. I'm sorry. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you like it. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and I will see you on my next one. Bye, guys.